Yeah, well, stream's on, but nothing's happening.
Yeah, I believe that last season they also the same two drivers were they came together.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got away with not really making friends out on the racetrack.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Oh well.
who is out there to make friends?
Oh, we all are, Crash. Come on.
We
Nothing
all
about
are.
winning.
Yeah, but we're here to win. From spot. Okay, so I just gave a little bit of a teaser on
Okay.
on who will be joining us after. So let's try not to let that one slip. If you know what I'm saying. As we're getting a special guest in the booth, after the race to talk about the you-know-what and the you-know-who.
Special guest hype.
Yeah, so this is what they call a tease.
He or she who must not be named.
Yeah, we're bringing on Lord Voldemort.
Yeah.
Yeah, so watch out for that guy. I think we're all ready to go here. Look at... I'm absolutely impressed with the... Oh, what's the word? Oh, being very... Not fundamental, but very... disciplined. Look at the discipline of this lobby. No one has readied up because there hasn't been a let's ready up. Like, brava to Division 1.
Bravo. We say that now, but then someone's going to ready up during the race.
Yeah, very true. But weird. What are we waiting for here, guys?
It is unknown to I, Monsieur Crash.
Okay, we'll see. But anywho, I guess we'll announce quickly the reserves for this evening. Kenny is out and Puff Digital is in the Williams. And Enrique's seat tonight will be filled by Chief Braids. So let's see what Chief Braids can do. Oh, and as well... Is that this one? Is Random Series here? Yes, he is. Okay,
Yes,
so that
he
one's
is.
from last week. So only two then. Alright.
And like we've already seen a key fact actually, because those two drivers who are absent are 19th and 20th in the points.
Ouch.
So that's a hole that they're unfortunately digging for themselves by not attending. Kenny and Enrique would
That's
not
not
have
what
expected the season 1 champion to be in the drop zone at just on the halfway point of the season.
I would not have picked that at all, but we've gotten the ready up. Let's go. So the lobby is going to get going here. Bennett Boss in the chat, aka OG Northerner. You've seen OG Northerner on track, Jacko, if you remember him from
yeah,
the
it's been
Friday.
a while. Well, I certainly do remember the name.
Yeah, he's somewhat retired to being a loser full time. So
Well, I should ask, why is that, Mr. Northerner? Would you consider coming back to the grid?
he dropped himself all the way down to Division 4 and then retired. And he's just, I don't know. He says he's got better things to do than racing, but can you think of anything better to do?
What?
I can't. Off the top of my head,
Not work. Sleeping maybe.
sleeping debatable. Alcohol
even that
consumption,
debatable.
you can do that at the same time.
True. Darts probably. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Play a game of darts. Yeah, I've got a dartboard in my backyard. I actually just played OG. Someone's saying softball, Infinite Mascara with softball. If you feel like softball is ahead of racing, by all means go play it.
Did you say mascara? It's massacre.
Massacre. Oh, I'm twisted away from my screen.
That is funny.
Oh,
That's
Spaceman continuing the gifted sub they got from yours truly, that being me. Yeah, Spaceman, thank you very much. Infinite Massacre. Okay, that sounds like a lot worse of a name now. Ultimate Frisbee says...
That's
okay.
a shout there from Bacon.
Have you ever actually
But
watched
Bacon,
Ultimate Frisbee?
concentrate.
Have you ever actually watched it?
Ultimate Frisbee?
Yeah.
Yes, and played it. Dry
Oh.
race, says Bacon, by the way.
Okay, that's fun. Who cares? We're talking about Ultimate Frisbee right now, Bacon. But you know what? What about disc golf? You ever watch disc golf?
No.
What? Okay, disc golf's actually really good. It's the skill of these guys and it's a bloody disc, but the way that they're able to make it go exactly in the different way of discs, it's actually kind of really cool. There's a lot to it, and more than just fucking flinging a disc, as I swear for the first time on stream right away. I'll try and cool
Oh,
that.
hell yeah, dude. The people love it. Yuki Tsunoda style.
Oh, was it? Did you saw what Nico Rosberg said about that though?
Remind me. The benefit of the stream.
I believe it was Nico saying that it was funny at the beginning, but now it's like, okay, it's time to start growing up, kid.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of that, and I think a lot of people in certain generations will agree. But I think as culture goes on, it's more and more acceptable to be using that sort of language, I think.
Yeah, for sure, I agree, but like, you know, there's passion, and then there's
thuggery.
You know, yeah, that's a good word for it. So like, you got to understand kind of both sides there.
Especially from a Japanese person.
That's the big thing too, is with how, you know, in tune they are. They're just so kind of drilled to be level-faced and nothing phases, and you're not used to seeing all that emotion from a Japanese athlete like Yuki Tsunoda shows when he's in a car. Which, I mean, it's cool. It's different. I mean,
it reminds me. I watched or listened to the podcast. I don't know if you listened to Beyond the Grid. It's about a sort of a 1-hour interview with a Formula One driver, past or present.
Oh,
every month or so from
is
Formula
that
One's, YouTube.
WTF1?
It was Roberto Moreno. No, the official Formula One YouTube.
Okay.
Roberto Moreno was the most recent one, and he's a really interesting guy.
Okay.
He was in the back markers most of his career, and it's just a really interesting guy. If you get an opportunity to watch it or listen to it, I'd recommend it.
But yeah, don't watch the Slipstream podcast with A. Daltonian.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely
we can't be promoting that. That's just something that we can't do. Oh, Honda popping into chat. Honda, try and stay throughout the entire race. We got a big promotion after as well. I can't tease anything, but yeah, someone will be making a guest host to help out with the announcement. So Honda, make sure to stay in through the entire stream. We'd love to hear you love to hear you chime into chat from time to time.
As you were saying, definitely A. Daltonian's podcast, the Slipstream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the 007 episode coming up. Definitely don't give that a listen. I did for research purposes.
Yeah.
For last episode, and
yeah, felt like it was a big waste of time, right?
Definitely a massive waste of an hour.
Yeah.
I was multitasking, but
yeah. So yeah.
Definitely don't also do research purposes for yourself.
You know, we don't always agree in the booth here, Jacko, but this is one of those times where I'm just like, I 100% agree. Like, no.
Well, I'm glad you do, Crash. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't. I wouldn't give that a listen unless you wanted. Hey, unless you got like an hour to throw away and you have nothing to do, then by all means go waste your time there. But I mean, yeah.
Bennett
but once again,
throwing his own name in the hat there. The Top F1 podcast. Got Hamilton on next week.
Oh my god.
Baby. Well, that's definitely true. So I think there's no lies at all there in the chat.
Okay, so Bennett Boss bringing the truth into his podcast. Smith Pell comes over the line with his time going into fourth right now with 142.695.
Definitely heard the baby monitor going off in the Mercedes garage at Monaco.
Oh.
Poor Bono.
Man, how do you not want to just like put that kid over your knee and just whack him a bunch in the ass? I don't know.
Well, we'd be called racist for suggesting that, so just be careful.
I mean, hey, I didn't say whip. I just said over the knee.
This is true.
So, I mean, that's just saying that it's the dad giving the son, a well-deserved beating. And that's what Bono is to Hamilton, although he just always seems to give him his way. Mystic goes fast as first driver into the 141s.
Well, seeing as we've got Honda in the chat, Honda, might you guess what pole time's going to be? I'd be interested to see what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, that's a good question.
We got, looks like fairly nice conditions, people on softs at this stage. Should be an ideal setting for qualifying. Don't believe we had Belgium last season, so neither Honda nor I have Division 1 experience at this track.
Now, from my memory, last time that we were here in Belgium for Division 1, only 10 cars finished, and Tim Lee got into a top 10 first and only ever in Division 1.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Well, anything can happen.
Oh, yeah, but...
Oh, look at Honda. He's given us a guess to the thousandth of a second.
Oh, my God. Cam!
Imagine.
Cam's in chat. Oh, my God.
Hey! How's the injury, Cam?
Quickly giving a shout out.
You back on track at any time.
A quick shout out to VR F1 Hamilton for the follow. Thank you very much. Another follow closer to our goal. I have yet to watch the F1 2020 video. I need to do so, but I have pretty much heard and been told everything that's to come, which leads me fairly excited for the newest game. What about you there, Jacko? It's a good question from Cam.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few of the videos. It looks different at least. We've got some varied damage coming up. Really hope that Codemasters don't scuff it, because they've been known to in the past, but it looks promising, let's say that.
Yeah, hopefully.
I just don't want to be involved in a league race where, you get hit at turn 1, usually there's a safety car, oh, it's fine, we can go and repair everything and you'll be fine. But if there's floor damage permanently, you can't fix it, that may be painful, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe there might be some sort of a setting where you can kind of edit that, so maybe the side plates don't get as damaged and can ruin a race.
Well, it's great to see we've got so many guys in chat this week, especially two of the most prolific winners in Division 1 history in Cam and Honda. So
you'd love to see
hopefully
it.
you guys can stick it out with us. This race shouldn't take the longest in terms of duration. It's one of the shorter ones due to the speed, average speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, please join us for the rest of the broadcast, guys. If you have time, that is.
Yeah, an absolutely gorgeous circuit. Spa is kind of one of those that you, being a racing fan, feel the need to throw on the bucket list. And I'm on Super Neonice's POV. Gets a little bit too high up on that turn 10 curb and finds himself spinning off into the runoff area. No wing damage, just a nice little drift, and has to pick himself back up and cool down those tires, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to... I mean, he needs some time, so he might as well stay out there and try and put at least a decent time up there with these fairly worn tires now.
We got Cam saying everyone here is now 10 seconds faster than him. That definitely doesn't sound right, Cam. Maybe 10 hundredths.
No, I was paying off the drivers to let Cam have a couple of podiums. If you look at all the times,
so nice of you.
Yeah, I know. If you look at all the times last year, it's like a minute and to like a minute and a half added on to each lap just to make Cam feel better, just so you can try and
that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. It was really bad. I don't know how he didn't notice, to be honest, but he got his couple of podiums, and then the quote-unquote hand injury came into play. Puff Digital representing the Williams today, filling in for Kenny, going up into the top 7 right now in the late 142s. Still 5 drivers left to set a time. You see Barry starting his hot lap coming around turn 1. We'll get on board with Nicky as he's just about to start sector 3 here, finishing up turn 14. And let's see what his splits are.
The performance of Puff Digital is going to be really key for the Constructors' Championship.
Very true.
Because despite Kenny being missing last week, Mystic has actually hauled that team to the front of the standings, with BWT Racing Point challenging them the closest. But if Puff Digital can get a top 10, that could be really helpful for the team by the end of the season.
Yeah, especially with right now Random Series sitting up in the top 4. He's looking to, for sure, trying to take away a little bit more time there. And Mayomir still sitting in 11th. Nikki actually going with a very respectable 7th, just edging out Puff Digital in the late 142s as well. But I believe I said Sue Berry was next on the hop lap.
A couple of these guys, especially Smith Pell and Nikki, slightly higher than we used to seeing them, for now at least. We've got Tiak in P2, which probably doesn't surprise me after his performance last week in his Division 1 debut, but we'll see if he can stay on the front row by the end of the session. Great stuff, though, from the Haas boys. I believe Cam was replaced by Tiak, so Cam, your shoes have been filled quite well at the moment, it would seem. Tiak, of course, P4 in his debut last week.
Yeah, exactly that. Cam, for sure, a face in Midwest that has been missed, but the shoes are filled, and it's as you already forget him, like you were kind of mentioning earlier on before we went live. It's like, Cam who? I remember you exactly. I remember you saying that exact quote.
Crash? How dare you?
What?
You cannot be starting these things. You tried it with Mayo last week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, this is not okay.
Oh god, yeah.
This is not okay, Crash, because you know what track's next week, and you know what happened last time we were there.
Oh my. Oh, Baku, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, alright. Here we go. Scavney looking to get a decent qualifying. He's one that can run up the order during the race and puts himself in a fairly decent 11th spot as of right now, but my eyes still on Mayomir sitting back in 15th place.
We've got a very small gap between the drivers occupying the second row of the grid. 1,000th of a second between Matt and Jim. Tiak did improve that last lap, but only by a 10th or so. And, well, in fact, Mystic broke away a little bit further with a 41.5, sorry. Let's have a scroll up in the chat to see what Honda predicted. He said 41.1. So, another 4.5 tenths to find for Mystic to impress Honda, let's say.
There you go. T-Ash looking to be out of fuel here. Jinnit to win it. He's running low on fuel.
Yeah, these guys are going to come into the pits now and have time for their final run. Just on 5 minutes to go in the session. So that's about right for 3 runs, I would say. Let's see. Supernina still without a lap time. He'll get 1 opportunity, I think, at this stage, unless he's fueled for 2, which I wouldn't advise. But maybe in his position, if you want a lap time, you might.
See, now this is why I find that MidWest F1 is pretty much at a higher tier of racing than IRL Formula 1. Because these guys, give me a second, I'll get there. These guys, they go out, and a lot of these guys are, full-grown men. Like, they have a family. They have to put the waffles on the table, as the quote goes. They got to go out and do the duties that a loving husband and father does, doing that 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. And you know what? They get just that 2 hours of free time to themselves once a week. And what they do with it is that they come here and bust their ass to try and get the highest possible finish for, kind of as the whose line is it anyways goes, or the points are made up, or wait, no, what is it? Where the jokes are made up and the points don't matter? Is that it? Oh.
I'm not entirely sure of the reference you're trying to make, but sounds good to me.
You've seen Whose Line Is It Anyways, right?
It's not as popular over here, but I have seen bits and pieces.
See, now, yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. See, Cam is right with me. All these guys go out and bust their ass for 8 hours a day and come home and either, sit on their couch or whatever it is, the racing sim. Colin Malky, Ryan Stiles, absolute legends, 100%. And they come here and they doing the work. And Yolmir going up with a nice 3rd place. Very well done.
Nice. That's where we expect to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that top 6, top 8 even, looking really strong. Could be an epic battle if they all have similar pace.
Yeah, these cars are going to have to start coming out of the pit fairly soon if they're going to want to try and get one more lap in. Super Nina still without a lap.
And into the pits. He's going to have to really, well, at this point, where do you think he's going to end up? Crash? Do you think he sets a lap time?
Ninas?
This could be our bet.
I think he's
Super Ninas end up.
You know, I'll give you an over/under. Do you think he's going to go above?
I'm going to say 20th.
You're going to say, oh, well, never mind then. Way to ruin it. Super.
No. He retired, so that's the bet gone.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He must have done it on purpose. He heard the commentary.
I think he did.
Like, I'm going to play a swift one on these guys.
Yeah, Wayne Brady is super skilled as a rap/music performer. You are 100% correct there, Cam. Puff Digital, ooh, going into a very respectable 6th place. Well done. Sui chalking his session up. Hell coming around, turn 17 as we speak. I think I saw 3/10 down on his initial fastest lap, so we'll see what he can do. He's actually sitting in a very quiet 14th right now. We'll have to see if he can improve. And he does, just behind his teammate, Smith Pell. Kind of a little bit surprising by how does improve by a quarter of a second as it finishes.
It's a really good point made in the chat there by VRF1 Hamilton. 6th to 15th covered by 0.5 seconds. He's
yeah,
right. That is really tight.
That's very true. That's a very good point, especially with being how long of a track this is as well.
Absolutely. If Bacon were to find 7/10, he would find himself on the second row of the grid from 15th currently. But he's in the pits, so that won't be happening. He's locked down there in 15th unless JC can jump him by 1 position.
And I'm serious.
Now coming towards Blanchimont. We'll see if he can improve, or is this his out lap? No, he's actually on a flying lap right now.
He's 400s off of his quickest time, and stays that way. Yeah, not what you want to see. It's gonna have to be happy with that time. We'll have to see if he can get around once more. Puff Digital is
from
done.
Bennett Boss.
Yeah.
Who is both your guys' favorite F1 driver on the grid right now, and why?
Oh wow, that's a really good question, Bennett Boss. Brava. I'll let you think about that one for a second. I'll finish up a little bit of this qualifying here. Smith Pell coming around the final turn. He's looking to stamp his place in the top 10. Does improve, but not on track position. Next over is Scavney, followed by Helg again. We'll have to see if Helg can improve. And then a Red Bull. I'll try and switch between those drivers real quick. Scavney goes into 9th, Helg into the pits. Seabury coming around the final turn. Does improve. Nicky coming around. Does not improve. Another Red Bull and Cake Thomas. And that's it for his qualifying. Jinnit to win it as well, just under a quarter of a second down on his initial fastest lap. But if he does take that off, that'll jump him up into the second row. We'll have to see if he can.
Maybe even the front row at this rate. Yeah,
and he does. Oh, just barely
it's
beats out.
Really close with Mystic.
Oh, man,
Mystic is on a lap. Mystic is 5/10 up. This is going to put him right on what Honda suggested, possibly a little bit in front of it. Oh, 41.0 question mark.
Oh, he does get it.
40.9.
Just barely.
There you go, Honda. He's beaten your prediction by 1.5 tenths. That's impressive.
JC Blackley, sorry, is actually last to come over and isn't able to improve on his time at all. Oh, T-Ash is actually last to come over, but he's 17 seconds off, so he's going to be in the pits, and that's, as we say in Canada, that's about it.
Scavney did improve at some stage to get into the top 10, which I don't think we said at the time.
I did mention it when it was when it was flying through there.
Any surprises to you on this grid, Mr. McQueen?
I'm
Possibly a bit
say
low from Cake Thomas.
Yes, that's a good point. I was going to say maybe even surprising seeing Scavney up so high. He's been struggling in qualifying as of late. We know he has the pace, or at least he struggled in Russia. As well, Mailmere back down into 10th, but maybe that race pace might take over. And actually 1/1000th of a second is the difference between Scavney and Mailmere. Kind of something we didn't really notice there.
Yeah, so Scavney's an interesting one this season. He's 7th in the championship last season and now 18th this season.
Ouch. Quickly, I'll shout out quick to Noganator38 for his continued sub. That's 8 months subbed with us. 4 months away from being a full year. Thanks for the continued support and good luck in your race down there today, Noganator, as well as RyeGuy0929 shooting us a follow, putting us 6 away from our goal of 175 followers. But do you want to quickly run through the qualifying there?
Sure, it's Mystic Jin on the front row with Tiak, Yolmir in the row behind, Random Sirius and Hash, followed by Matt Rosie and Puff Digital. 7 different nationalities in the top 7 there. Then we've got Scavney, Mayama, Smith Pell and Helg, Nikki, C. Barry, JC Blackley, Bacon, Swee, Chief Braids, Cake Thomas and Super Ninas without a time. Interestingly, Matt Rosie in 7th position, qualified on mediums.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. Well done for him. But okay,
so I think we should go back to the question.
I was about to say,
Mr. Northerner.
I've got it right here. So he asked, who's both your guys' fave F1 drivers on the grid right now?
Take it away, Crash.
Okay, now I've got to go. I've always been a big Vettel fan, so I've got some strong German heritage that I'm very attached to. So him being a squarehead makes me, instantly kind of go towards him, as well as the personality has completely won me over. It was, the 4 World Championships are a good thing, but the personality and the heartbreak that was his time in Ferrari has kind of made me cheer for him even harder, and since his move to Aston Martin. But what about you there, Stat?
Hey, Stat's in chat. But he's
oh,
not in the
Stat!
booth.
That's why I saw Stat. Whoa, that was the first.
So shout out to Stat there.
Yeah, I literally just saw his name. That's the first time. That's why I did that. But yeah, okay, Jacko, take it away. Who's your favorite?
Well, historically, it has to be Alonso. The Alonso Mania years, 2005, 2006, were just awesome. They were I first started watching in 2001, but that's when I really started to enjoy F1, when he started taking over from Schumacher. But these days, he seems to be, I don't know, maybe he's still getting used to the Alpine. So I think the rest of the guys I like are Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, those guys. And, really happy to see Ferrari doing well. Again, hopefully that's not just a Monaco one-off, but the answer is Alonso, and all-time it's Prost.
Okay. Oh yeah, you and Hotspot have that the Ayrton Senna Prost rivalry, don't you?
Well, I mean, there's no rivalry between those two. Prost had more wins, more championships, and was just a better driver.
Oh, okay. Oh, so there isn't any beef between you two about that.
A lot of people think that Senna was a better driver, and I think that part of that's to do with his unfortunate death, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Just so aggressive, and I think.
Okay, well, let's just
come up well for him.
Yeah, let's get away from that. That's depressing. But respects to those that have lost their lives in the racing world. But anywho, we are getting into the formation lap, and usually what we do now is go through the pre-race questions that I've asked these drivers, and sometimes I get weird and sometimes I get professional, and this one I got fairly professional and a little weird as well. So first question I asked this week, as well as I will always ask to you there, Jacko, was what was your most recent sporting event you have attended? That one being a little bit different because of COVID. What was the most recent one you attended before COVID really?
Singapore Grand Prix 2019 for me.
Oh, that's a pretty damn good one.
I was going to attend the Australian Grand Prix, but it got cancelled on the Friday.
Yeah, because McLaren had a couple of cases in their camp, so they were the first to close it down. That's from what I remember. But the rest of the grid answers, Nicky64 said he went to a Bucks versus Celtics game a few months back. Cake Thomas answers probably a New Jersey Devils game. That's hockey for you there, Jacko. You see Barry answers with professional bull riding. That's pretty fun.
Oh.
Another basketball answer from Mayo Mir saying Mavs and Spurs in Mexico City. Smith Pell with one of the most oddball answers being a Junior C hockey game about 2 weeks before COVID. And JC Blackley answers with a Richmond Flying Squirrels game like a week ago. And the Flying Squirrels is a minor league team for baseball. The second question, we'll ask you first there, Jacko. Which current F1 driver would you have as your coach over your shoulder when you race? I felt like this was actually a pretty good question.
Oh, that's tough.
Okay, shall I go to the answers and then we can get to you after?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so C. Barry hits us with George because he's good at F1 2020. Cake Thomas wants Pierre Gasly. Nikki with an unamused IDK Vettel would be funny, though. JC Blackley wants Lando. Smith Pell wants Lewis. And what does Jacko want?
I think Charles Leclerc. He's just hilarious, and I love his accent. So
yeah, that's
Charles.
true. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. Mayo Mir with the least surprising answer, him being a LATAM driver saying Checo. Yeah. And then here's an oddball question. Have you ever watched TV with rabbit ears? Do you know what I'm talking about with rabbit ears?
No clue.
You don't know what rabbit ears are? You know, like the TV antennas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have called them that, but sure.
Yeah, that's what they're called. At least in Canada, I know, called rabbit ears. I remember having to kind of fiddle around with the rabbit ears when I was a kid, trying to get the TV going, and the dial-up internet. But all that's in the past, and we're in the present right now.
To the lights.
Are you taking it away, or am I?
You are.
Oh, I am. We'll get on board with Hash here and see what Hash can do going into turn one. Everyone seems to get off fairly well. I'm getting a weird little lobby glitch. Random Serious looking at the inside line to T-Ash. It looks like he actually loses a little bit of his front end plate. And yeah, some major wing damage there. I'm not sure whose that is. I'll get on board with Hash, see what he can do falling in behind T-Ash and an early on VSC. Dampens.
So I saw some carbon fibre up in the air. I would guess it was from the McLaren towards the back of Chief Braids, but that would be very optimistic of me to believe I could see that. But I'll have a quick look at his wing.
So unfortunately, right as this race was about to start, we got a couple of lobby glitches for my on the left side of my screen there, so I wasn't actually able to tell who was making overtakes and whatnot. But there you go, we see the Midwest F1 safety cars in the chat. Good to see.
No, it's not Chief Braids. Can't quite tell. Cake Thomas has made a good start. We're already up to 15th.
We're back. Green Racing Mayhem, you're getting a really bad restart here. Oh, he was the one that lost. He's the BWT that lost his right end plate. The Racing Point now struggling for pace, losing a position with each turn as it seems. He's dropped back already to 12th place, not what you want to see. As well as Random Series, the other BWT losing some major positions. So this is massive for the Williams, missing out on their second driver, and Kenny. Pup Digital is doing fairly well, and the team closest to them have lost some major positions off the restart. Smith Pell now trying to work on Random Series and see what positions he can take. T-Ash looking at the inside line of Yulmir going into turn 18, the first up the chicane, but can't get much done. He's going to have to slot in behind. JC Blackley looks to get real close to Mailmere. Mailmere does lose another position, tries to redefend on the inside line, but can't fight it out, and actually he's into the pit. Scabney Matt Rosie.
It's like a move from Hash there on Tiac into La Source. Side by side on the run to Eau Rouge. Could be tasty. Will the Alpha... Yeah, the Alpha maintains the position in front. Tiac just rolling off a little bit there. Smart from him. Still very close in the slip turn up Camel Straight towards Lacombe. But it will be key to stay in the DRS zone around here. If Jin can be within DRS zone by the time it is deployed or deployable, he'll have a lot more of an easier time staying with Mystic.
So it seems like DRS, the VSC didn't alter it at all. VRS has been open this third lap, which is the soonest lap possible.
But it's not yet. Yeah.
It says lap 3 on my screen, does it not? And
it's lap 2 currently.
What? I'm seeing it's got lap 3 on my screen. What is going on here?
Yeah, that's that same glitch, I believe. They definitely have only done 1 lap, or 1.5 at this point.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought, and I was really
So,
confusing. Weird.
Great start from Nicky, by the way, up 4 positions into the top 10. And Bacon as well, up 5 positions into 11th. And Kate Thomas with an absolutely storming start from the last row of the grid, up 7 places into 12th. Wait, that can't be right. I don't think the racing points are showing correctly on my screen.
No, they found
19th and 20th?
Yeah, they've been corrected into the back of the pack.
Wow, they actually are that far back. They're way back.
Yeah.
What? Did they both pit? Oh, that's savage. Especially for Mayo. A safety car really needs to save him. Jin with the fastest lap, that's going to be key. I don't think they're going to get DRS on this Camel straight, but next lap? Where's deployment? Sorry, where's that detection? Well, they might actually, they will. They will.
Yeah, detection is right before coming up into Eau Rouge.
Okay, so here we go. Yes, DRS is available to the Mercedes driver. Can he finally usurp that Williams from the top step of the podium this season? It's round 6, I believe, and each of the previous rounds have been won by Mystic Joker, as well as the last round of last season. So really on a streak here. You'll be impressed with that, Honda. He's equaled your streak.
Yeah, Honda.
What did you say it was? The Golden Sombrero or something like that?
For Golden Sombrero is 4.
It's 4. Okay, so we're well past the Golden Sombrero.
We're looking at a
What's
double
next?
Golden Sombrero.
Not a Golden Fedora?
Oh. Let me... A golden bowler's cap, maybe?
Golden top hat? Could be anything.
Really? I completely agree. I mean, someone in chat come up with some sort of hat apparatus that would be golden. That could be turned to gold.
Okay, we need to go to a patent office and be like, yes, I have a head covering apparatus.
Yeah.
Nothing like a hat.
I'm looking for some sort of apparatus to cover my hair.
Mystic with a fast lap extends the gap to just under a second. Jin will need to keep it tight through La Source in order to maintain his DRS, and he got to 1.001 there. Let's have a quick look. He deploys some ERS to stay within the time. I believe he did. He did. Okay.
He just was able to hold on that entire way coming into Eau Rouge as well as
he had to use a lot of ERS, so he's way lower than Mystic at this point. But it's still key to do that. Smart move.
Now, the thing that I really feel that Jinnit is missing in his game, I guess, is, you know, a better pit strategy. He always just seems to kind of match Mystic and exactly what Mystic does, and at times I feel like if he were to kind of, you know, just change it up, take a risk, you know, undercut him, even overcut him, like just something like that, I feel it could really have been the difference in a couple of his podiums to potential first place in the past.
Yeah, it depends what your aim is. If your aim is to do as best as you can, the best strategy may be to follow it. But if you just want to risk it, go all out for a win, absolutely what you're saying is the right approach.
I mean, well, that's what everyone's virtually here for, are they not?
Well, it depends. I think this season, yes. Last season, when it was a close title race, for example, I would not have thrown any risks into the equation.
Yeah. Nicky's gone. No.
Exited of is that Stabilo? Was running in the I don't know, in the top 10. Yeah,
turn 15 there. Looks like he's gotten a good piece of his wing. And
wow, he's lost 2 right wheels, has he?
Yeah, I think that was actually his right wheel, so he might have oversteered into the wall.
That is painful. That is very painful.
So now we're going to see some major pit stops here. This is very important, actually, what's going on.
Drive-through penalty for Bacon, who stayed out. That's absolutely heartbreaking because you cannot take that until the safety car goes in. while that fixes the races for the unfortunate racing points on lap 1 and 2, that really destroys Bacon there, who's in second place currently, being one of 2 drivers not to pit, or one of 4 drivers potentially, because Mystic got out of the pits in front of Chief Braids and Swee, which will be key for the restart, with Jin only in 6th, net P2 of course. Smith Pell takes the lead of the race, possibly his first lead in the division, I'm not sure, but shout out to him if that is the case.
Importantly, Chief Braids and Sui separate Mystic Joker and Jinnit to win it on track here, and I don't imagine that Chief Braids or Sui is going to pit anytime soon, as they both started on the medium, so that makes it a little bit harder on Jinnit, as both him and Mystic Joker throw on the hard, so not looking to pit for the rest of this race.
So, did anyone pit for mediums? The highest medium runner is Yolmir, who pitted under that safety car.
Scavney and JC Blackley went to mediums. But a good point by Bennett Boss saying that the safety car is going to help out the racing points here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Super Ninas to a certain extent, who also fell foul of the early laps. And a Golden Knights hat was a suggestion in chat, also from Bennett Boss.
Well, no. Golden Knights is a freaking hockey team.
Ah, oh, damn.
No.
You got
enough. No, you got you.
I didn't get me. I didn't give a crap about hockey.
Yeah, that's fair, but he's a freaking... God, he annoys the crap out of me with that.
Oh, no. Well, not a Golden Knights hat then.
No. Yeah. Not happening. Golden Colorado Avalanche up 2-0 in the series hat. How about that?
So Cam in chat is suggesting that mediums were the right choice. So perhaps he'd rather be in Yolmir's position than either Jin or Mystics.
Yeah, Cam, won't you explain that? Explain your thought.
How long do you think the mediums can go, Cam?
I don't think the mediums can last out.
I honestly can't remember. This is good research for me though, because I got this race in a few weeks' time.
Oh, there you go. From what the pit stop strategy was showing was that the mediums would need 2 sets of softs to help them get the rest of the way.
Well, Cam reckons they can go the rest of the way. So
as far as
that would be
remember.
End of lap 6 to 22. That's 16 racing laps and a couple of, let's say, 2% more roughly from these laps. So, okay. Interesting. You want to be doing 4% a lap, or just a little bit over that at maximum? I don't know.
I think we should quickly throw out a thanks to everyone that has tuned into the stream tonight. It's nice, a good fresh breath of fresh air, seeing all the talking in chat, as well as the little bit higher viewer count than normal. So it's very appreciative by myself as well as my co-host there, Jacko, as we love to have the chat going, give us something to talk to, and just make it so that we don't always have to talk to each other, as that kind of gets boring.
Well, okay.
I'm just
I was going to go that far, Craig. But yeah, it is great to have chat interaction, and in fact we got VRF on Hamilton saying he's on Xbox, which I wasn't aware of. Welcome to the chat. And he's saying with no assists he can take mediums around 19 laps here. So that's 3 short of the maximum distance. Well, that's the full distance. So I guess we don't have to worry about the mediums on Yolmir, for example, as well as Scavney and JC. So we'll have to see if Yolmir can overtake Jin and perhaps challenge for the lead, because there'll be surely more pace in those tyres.
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, Random Sirius and Mailmere did pit for mediums very early on, but at the moment I thought that it was going to be for a 2-stop strategy, but now there's a potential,
a collision there.
A little bit of a tap.
Yolmir and Hash, that's heartbreak, especially as Yolmir was looking at improving his position potentially on those mediums.
Oh, it looks like
car is in this lap.
Quickly, Hash has broken off his front right end plate.
Oh gosh.
And quickly, Jacko, I think you need to turn down the TV behind you. I can hear some echo from me.
I'll see what I can do.
But HX Seaman saying, what's up? How's it going? Thanks very much for tuning in. Is that just me, chat, that's hearing the echo, or can you guys hear that as well?
Oh, Hash is... hear it, so you've done really well.
Okay.
Hash is in the pits, as you say. Probably going to put the mediums on, but heartbreak to end up at the back of the field from what was a good position. Smithpell continues to lead the race, with Bacon following him. Oh, Hash leaves the session.
Oh, he might need an invite. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, we would expect him to retire instead of leave if that was the case, but
yeah, true.
I'd suggest there was a disconnection. I shall invite him back.
We'll have to see if he says anything in chat, but Puff Digital and Helg are getting into a battle here for 8th place. Looks like Helg right now is able to get the position on Puff, 6th lap old mediums. A lot of those laps have been done on the safety car. Puff going a little bit too deep, just trying to make up as much ground as Helg as possible, but maybe those hards just aren't quite warm enough yet. Helg is going to try and open up that gap as far as possible. Yolmir is kind of ever so slightly slipping him back from Janet to win it. Mystic Joker's getting fairly close to Impossible Bacon there.
Yeah, definitely Mystic smelling the possibility of Bacon, maybe for dinner. Let's see.
Giggity.
Of course, Bacon does have to pit, so as in for a drive-through, which he might do this lap.
Oh, Puff Digital. Oh, he's... Oh, yeah.
Damage.
Major damage to the front right wing.
As Nicky, just not as hard.
Could be.
Stablo's really throwing some wrenches in people's races today. But I believe Bacon has chosen to stay out. He's got another 2 laps, I believe, to serve this. So may just be waiting for the opportune time. Wanting some broadcast time, potentially, as he's up in the top 3. Can he take the lead, in fact, before he has to peel off?
Matt Rose is getting really close onto TS, trying to follow his slipstream through Eau Rouge, but maybe loses a little bit of downforce and goes a little bit wide around Redillion. Redillion? That's not how you say that.
Radion.
Yeah, I know. I peeked. I've got the track map up, and I peeked over real quick, and I was like, no, that just didn't feel right.
It's like you and Monaco, Massenet. Oh.
Yeah.
My ears hurt when you said that.
Believe it or not, I've had 3 years of French immersion as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sui picking up a 3-second penalty. I believe all these penalties, other than his, are 5-second ones. Let's have a quick look at that. Penalties. Drive-throughs. 3 seconds for Helg and Sui, 5 seconds for Yol and Mayo, with 8 seconds for Super Ninas.
So Nicky chiming in saying that he's going to be moving this setup real quick. The lag is bad. Not what you want to hear.
That's not been the case previously, though. I wonder what happened there.
No. Yeah. Oh, Yolmir. Yolmir gets a position on Sui coming around 17 there. He's got the car fully ahead into the chicane. Impossible pitting real early. Does he have damage to his wing? Is that the reason why?
Drive-through. That's for a drive-through.
Oh, drive-through. Good. Yes. Ouch, that's got to hurt the Mercs.
So that releases Mystic. He was being slightly held up behind the front two. Now he's got one driver to overtake. He's got the DRS available this lap as well. Chief Braid separates him from his closest net rival, Jin, with Yolmir tracking the Mercedes quite closely. Of course, that softer compound could become key. And also his teammate might be able to help. We don't know if they're communicating or if indeed they are trying to help one another.
Oh, T-Ash gets overtaken, or overtakes Helg as well. Matt Rosie gets Helg coming down the Kemmel Straight. Helg losing 2 positions in the one straight there. He's going to have to try and work himself back. He is sporting a little bit older of tires here. Both T-Ash and Matt Rosie on 3-lap old hards. We'll have to see what they can do from this point on, or if Helg can try and bring it back. Still yet to pit. Does have a couple of penalties. The difference between LAN internet at college and Wi-Fi in a small town Wisconsin. No, Matt Rosie absolutely flies in to the wall. He's picked himself back. I'm not even sure, because he oversteered into it.
Yeah, Puon is such an easy corner to get wrong, and that's a mistake I've made before, and, well, very easy one to make.
Yeah, so
we got Mystic challenging for the lead, by the way. Smith Pearl, he's on the outside still. Space left by both drivers, but into the lead goes Mystic. And, well, he's got time to escape before Jin comes through as well. In fact, Jin not really making any headway into Chief Braids.
No.
Potentially struggling on those hard tyres. Of course, Chief Braids, those mediums won't be going off yet, so he'll actually have probably the better tyre condition currently.
I'm seeing Scavney getting real close to Cake Thomas here coming up Eau Rouge. We'll have to see what he can do. Get a nice little camera angle. Into the slipstream. Yeah, he got a really good run, and he's already passed him halfway down the straight, and he's going to try and catch Helg as well. Matt Rosie trying to make his way back up, overtakes JC Blackley for 11th place. JC does have a penalty or two as well to serve at the end of this Grand Prix.
So Scavney actually set a purple sector there on his way through Lacombe. I saw it pop purple. So impressive stuff from the sole remaining Ferrari. Hopefully he can grab some top 10 points for the team and elevate them from close to the bottom of the standings. But we've got a
yellow flag, Yolmir.
It is Yolmir, no.
I didn't catch it, but he actually looks like he's coming back on track, and Super Ninos has to dodge out of the way as well as Impossible.
Two consecutive laps, Puon claims a victim. Looked like oversteer as well there, but also could have been contact. Did you catch exactly what happened there?
No, I didn't. I just saw him moving down the order, but that's been quite a few of casualties. I guess not full casualties. No, not injuries.
Injuries?
Looking for the word here. This is when I need a director, so I can just say line, and then he just tells me. But Helg and Sui battling it out into the bus stop chicane. Helg trying to hold off Sui, does a good job, fights and forces Sui to go the long way around that chicane. And now he's going to be under fire from Scavney. Scavney goes around the outside into turn one. Sui taking the shorter way around the turn. These two are wheel-to-wheel racing coming out of the turn. We might see our first wheel-to-wheel battle up Eau Rouge. Sui's just got his car ahead, and actually Scavney backs out. Doesn't feel confident.
On the perfect line there, so there could be a DRS overtake here. Scavney looks like he has a decent amount of straight line speed, by the way. Much less downforce on that Ferrari, I'd venture to suggest. Down the inside of Lacombe, leaves the space.
The drift! Oh, he can't stick
Clipped
it.
The wall as well. No, that's heartbreak.
I think he would have held that drift if he didn't hit his back tires onto the sand. I think he would have sent that all the way around, but unfortunate from Scavney.
He clipped the wall as well.
Did he?
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
A little bit there.
Oh, JC Blackley's out at Eau Rouge, and that's going to be a VSC.
Virtual, yes.
Yeah, I don't think we won't be able to get on board of JC to see the damage of the vehicle, but that's
He's ended up on the right side. Just out of radio, so I'd suggest he's oversteered to the right there and must have just been unable to catch it.
Unfortunate stuff. That's two Ferrari powered cars out of the Grand Prix, JC and Nikki.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And stuff going wrong for their teammates as well. Scavney was up there battling with Sui for 7th, now in 15th, and Hash, who we're accustomed to seeing fighting for podiums, in 18th.
Yeah, so a little bit of a different one here.
So up at the front we've got Mystic as it goes green, by the way, with a 3-second lead, although that will shrink of course. That was artificial due to the virtual safety car. So it's about 2.5 seconds currently, and that seems comfortable with no pit stops remaining for the leader.
Ooh, Helgen Sui, coming around turn 1. Sui's able to go around the outside and takes the lead of 6th place through Eau Rouge, but Helg does a really good job of taking a clean racing line under fire from Sui. Gets DRS, is completely out of ERS, and he's going down the inside line. It looks like Ginette Twinett got Chief Braids as well, and down the inside goes Helg, and around the outside he's doing a good job making a stick, which turns back to the inside for turn 17 and is able to make that spot stick as well. Jinnit to win it, finally dispatching Chief Braids and going up into the top 3, and Chief Braids just picking up a penalty for exceeding track limits as I go onto his screen.
Great side-by-side between Helg and Sui there. Respect shown from both drivers, and no damage. Exactly what you want to see when you're racing through Lacombe. In fact, Matt Rosie with a massive run on his teammate around the outside at the exit of Puon. That may have been a little bit of teamwork there, but Matt Rosie, of course, recovering from a previous Puon incident, will be on the back of Helg soon, I believe. Kate Thomas also in this train, as well as Random Sirius, who's recovered really well to be 10th at this point. Has made a pit stop. Those tyres will need to go 21 laps though, albeit some of those laps under safety car.
So now Jinnit wants to do what he can to chase down Smith Pell as soon as possible here and not let Mystic drive too far off in the distance and maybe give himself some sort of shot at the end of this race. But Jinnit Twin is actually looking to get it done fairly quickly here as he's using the ERS to gain as much speed as he can. Smith Pell takes a little bit of a deep line going up through Eau Rouge. That allows Jinnit to win it, to make up some real ground into the slipstream. ERS and DRS, and Jinnit can't figure out which line he wants to take. Smith Pell parked her right in the middle of the track. Jinnit's forced to brake real late. Smith Pell gives way, and Jinnit gets second after a little bit of chaos ensued there. Matt Rosie as well getting Helg as Helg gets into, it was in between a Renault breaded sandwich.
So we also had Mayo pitting 1 lap ago. I'm not sure if that was for damage or just a strategic call, but he is now running 18th in that second racing point on fresh mediums. So the battle for the podium is going to end up being between, well, Tiak seems actually quite safe in it. He did last week as well, and Matt Rosie coming back through only 3 seconds back. So that might be a gap we should watch as the laps go on.
Very good
Sweet
point.
falling back, and Cake around the outside through the chicane there.
Cake is actually the 5th highest driver right now who's pitted. So we got to watch out for that. Sui, I think these mediums might be falling away on him. He loses a quick 2 positions as Random Series gets himself back up in 9th place. But yeah, Cake Thomas, after starting so far down after qualifying, has found himself up into 8th with 3 drivers ahead of him needing to pit. Smith Pell pitting now, so we'll have to see where he comes out and what he puts on.
It would be a surprise if those tyres were going on Sui as he does come in the pit, given what Cam said earlier. And yeah, even now, you know, without any information, I would have said that was a bit early. But perhaps he's got a bit of damage that we can't see, cosmetic. Well, not cosmetic, the other way around, obviously.
So
he
quickly,
does come in for the soft tyre.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Oh, that's about it. Soft tyre on to the Renault.
Okay.
And the AlphaTauri.
Thanks to Bennett Boss for renewing his subscription. That's 6 months for him now. HXC Man actually saying that the double move that Smith Pell did in defense on Jinnit ended up him just giving the position to Jinnit in the end. I'm not sure if you caught that. Do you agree with that statement? I kind of agree with that. It looks like Smith Pell kind of made it really easy on him, as now he gets the move done on Seabury up into 11th place. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
I think Cam's come in with possibly one of my favourite sentences of all time. Maybe he should be replacing one of us in the booth, honestly, with this sort of commentary. But he goes, Jinnit, man, that was literally bread and sandwich, but then became bread flop on table, butter side down.
Oh my God, I was literally about to read that out too. I miss chirping Cam in the interviews after. You're taking all my my jabs. I've got no one to chirp. I can't. Stat's not here. I can't chirp him. Cam, whenever he's in, I always feed it to him. Mr. Joker, I'm usually good at hitting him with the chirp every now and then. But I mean, I mean Mayo. I don't really chirp Mayo. You know, I need to entertain myself. You know what I'm saying? Chief Braids is into the pit now.
Sandwich. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I did.
If we've got time for a small digression, as we've got a couple of cars in the pits. I have a story that kind of relates to this whole bread and sandwich thing from school.
Are you about to get distracted?
Class. Oh hell yeah, we were getting very much on a tangent here.
Stat, I saw your intro in chat, Van, but I can't do it justice. That's all yours.
You ready for this, Crash?
Go ahead.
In school, we were tasked with, in science class, making up our own experiment. It could be anything. People were like, can you dissolve shit off coins and stuff like that? No, my partner and I, does bread land butter side down more often than not? And we
that's
tested
actually...
toasted bread, white bread, brown bread.
That's actually genius.
And you know what? Toasted, it doesn't make any difference. But if it's not toasted, butter side down more often.
So how would you drop it? Would you
we dropped it from a retort stand at an angle that we measured to be exactly, vertical.
Yeah.
Off 3 meters building, and avoided hitting a teacher very closely at one point.
Okay.
And had to explain what we were doing as well.
Oh god.
And took the results of like 100 drops.
Oh. Okay, so this was like a whole afternoon thing.
Oh no, it was like 3 weeks worth of science.
Oh, science, yes.
Year 9 science.
Oh god. That's funny. Chief Braid getting a lovely little move going around turn 17 there, finding himself back up into 9th place on these fresh softs and possible pitting, so he's going to move up position. See Barry sitting in a fairly decent spot as well onto the hard, so these will for surely last him out the rest of this race. Jeanette, actually, see Barry was under a little bit of pressure from Scabney. Scabney dives around the outside, sends it all the way deep and around, and gets the move done up into 8th place. Now Scabney might not want to let Chief Braids get too far ahead as he just slips out of DRS, and see Barry might be able to come with something back here as Scabney's trying to break the slipstream. See Barry's doing what he can to stay in it, and actually just Kimi Räikkönen's it and says screw it and dives down the inside. No, he doesn't. Not enough room was left there. Scabney doing a good job of blocking the way.
Scabney's been making some serious moves in this race, and despite the unfortunate pirouette at the exit of Lacombe, is actually back into the top 10, like well into the top 10. Doesn't need to make a pit stop, and having quite a nice, hopefully he's going to have quite a nice result for the Ferrari team. But Chief Braids and Smith Pell, blinders of strategies, they're out on softs, fresh softs in 6th and 7th, looking really good for good points for both of those drivers.
They're making some real ground up on the rest of the field here as well, up above. There might actually be a possibility of Smith Pell chasing down Cake Thomas by the end of this race. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I think it actually might happen. Smith Pell has been really moving, and Chief Braid for a moment there was really increasing the gap between himself and Scabney, but quickly Nikki in chat saying, I had a buddy in middle school who did a science project that was about how many paper towels are required to sit on. What?
We need an elaboration on that.
Like how many single...
No, we need the report.
Yeah, how many does it take?
And based on what data?
Yeah.
What ply as well, that's important.
Oh my god.
So unfortunately up front we've got some big gaps going between the podium runners as it stands, but Matt Rosie is closing the gap just slightly on Tiak, but he does have a penalty to his name. So Tiak looking relatively safe with 6 laps to go. What else have we got? Cake relatively by himself, but Smith Pell charging him down, of course, on those 2-lap-old softs. Then we got a lot of gaps. In fact, do we have any real battles on track? We have to go down to 15th to see Puff within DRS of the car in front, which is Hash, and Super Ninas, as well as Yolmir also in that train. So that's probably what we have to keep our eyes on for the moment.
Yeah, there's actually some important points at the back of the grid here. I'll have to see what these drivers can do.
Have you seen what Nikki said in the chat?
Yeah, like
that's
a bridge. That's
not what I envisioned. A bridge of...
Yeah, that's what you're saying is how many did you need to make a bridge? Mystic really kind of in a race of his own, setting another fastest lap. Mailmere with the time penalty. Really not his day today. Yolmir kind of stuck behind quite a few slower drivers as he's going ballistic through these turns here on these fresh softs, but just can't get around Super Ninas. Important points you won't get. Rip Nicky's F1 career. Just kidding. You'll be fine. Oh, here we go. Yolmir getting alongside Super Ninas around the outside, going to the bus stop chicane, able to outbrake him and get the move done up into 16th place. No DRS was needed for that move. He's going to try and work himself into a potential of 14th. We'll have to see what he can do there. Smith Pell has already taken off a second and a half in one lap from Cake Thomas from the last time that I made note of that, so he is on pace to potentially catching the Red Bull driver by the end of this race. Right now our hardest charger sits at Cake Thomas, actually with 14 positions gained from his initial qualifying, so he's looking real good here. Hash and Puff Digital battling it in.
Lost out the Puff Digital, who elevates his Williams into 14th, but he has a 3-second penalty to offset from that Alfa Romeo, so Hash still in the box seat for 14th if he can stay with Puff. And Yol, of course, right on the back of them with softs affixed to his McLaren. As
Mayo. Mayo. Oh, he retires in pits.
But Mayo, that's what, 3 points for 18th. That could have been quite important. We don't know by the end of the season. Well, Yol has made contact with Hash. Around he goes. Really unsure as to whose fault I can say that was, or if it was a racing incident, but Yol was facing the wrong way.
No, you have to make a decision right now and you have to stick by it.
Absolutely not. No. Well, Maldonado. It was Maldonado's fault.
Oh, okay. So Mailmir's retired, but a lovely little AI glitch is his car's pulled out on to the track and right before Eau Rouge, which is why we have a yellow safety car or a yellow flag there in sector 1 coming up into Eau Rouge.
That could be key if
it finally got taken away.
Yeah. But we've got Random Serious challenging Seabury, both of them with 3 seconds of penalties, so this is 4th position and it's an easy move on Kemmel Straight for the racing point up into P9.
Matt Rosie's only 1.1 out of T-Ash now.
Helg also on the back of Seabury. Again with 3 seconds of penalties, so it is a straight battle. Bacon could gain some positions here if he remains penalty free and can catch up. I believe he is on at least the freshest of tyres in that battle.
Yeah, so potential. Matt Rosie has brought himself within DRS range. Helg is making some real good speed. And then goes around the outside, around Seabury. Seabury can't really fight this one out. He's on some far older and far harder tires. Helg makes the move fairly easily and goes up into 10th, trying to catch down another one of the OG Midwest F1 drivers in Random Serious.
So who's going to take the fastest lap here? Currently it sits with Mystic with a 44.5. That must have been done either on the initial stint on softs or on these hards. So with drivers on softs now, do you think they can overtake that lap time, or will that stand for the 5 points?
It may stand. Matt Rosie's going for a move into 3rd place down the Kemmel Straight into Lacombe around the outside. Tiash is doing a good job of sticking this fight out and actually gets the inside back around turn 7 and gets a position back. Lovely defending from Tiash there.
Nice driving.
Yeah.
Tiash knows what he needs to do. He believes, of course, the Renault is faster. We've seen it catch up to him. So he needs to hold the Renault off for as long as possible so that that Renault can't escape 3 seconds up the road, which will be Matt Rosie's goal. He needed to get past as soon as possible and escape. But Tiash knowing what he needs to do for that podium position. Smith Pell has closed that gap to Cake Thomas to 2 seconds. That's going to be close by the end of it, but he may run out of time, especially as those tyres start to come back towards...
no, Matt Rosie oversteers as well. Out road of turn 15 and smokes the wall. He's going to have to pit.
Nah, at this point you don't pit.
No? He's
2
got
laps to go.
He's got no wing.
Oh, wait. Or no wing at all. Still don't think you pit.
He's got no front wing. He's got
a wing. I can see it.
Okay, alright.
But he's still pitting.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe
I'm just imagining now on the stream that there's no wing on your screen and there's a wing on my screen and I seem really dumb, but there's definitely a wing.
No, there is, you know...
part of a wing.
Fragments. There's a shell of what was...
Now, this could be 5 points off Mystic, though, if he manages to set the fastest lap on the last
Yeah, you know
lap.
what, good point. I think he would have gotten caught and overtaken by quite a few drivers, because all those drivers behind him are on fresh softs. So I think he would have lost some major positions. Random Series trying to get ahead of Scavney here, but it's like they're playing chicken on wanting to let the other one go first through Eau Rouge, actually to get DRS. But Random Series is going to get the move done pretty much even before DRS, and then somewhat grind Scavney out on the side
Bacon
there.
Going for a move on Camel Straight with DRS open on Sui. Takes 11th place on the left-hand side and will make the apex with no issue whatsoever. And he's going to possibly overtake C. Barry in front of him. How close is that? Yeah. Okay, so currently he may actually jump up a further 2 positions potentially.
Oh no, Random Series spun out as well.
Oh,
that was coming around turn 8. Oh no, just a terrible day for the Racing Points. He's going to be able to collect himself back in 15th, but he brought himself back up into the top 10.
Oh, there's further
and then
calamity.
Helg,
is around
no.
the
The OGs are losing it here, man.
Oh, Helg, keep it together, man. That was contact certainly with someone. I could not tell who it was though. I thought it was a Renault, but I'm not gonna guess which one it was. As Matt Rosie is trying to I think it was Matt, because he was not behind Bacon, was he? He's now made a move on Bacon. Actually, he would have been behind Bacon, sorry.
Yeah.
Because of that pit stop. But Matt, improving his position to 9th, he needs to have no traffic for this fastest lap attempt though. And he's right on C. Barry. It might fall for him, DRS-wise, so we'll have to see how that pans out. But it is the last lap. Hash leaves the session, currently in 13th. Yeah,
I think he'll be safe.
Oh, he got the fastest lap though.
Going with the 140.
Second, that's not possible. There's no way he's gone that fast. He's just casually 4 seconds quicker than the second fastest lap. Oh, this is some serious battling on Camel Straight between the Red Bull of C. Barry, Matt Rosie, and Impossible Bacon as Helg retires.
Oh, Impossible go down to the inside as well and gets the move done on C. Barry. C. Barry can't hold off for too much longer.
Really fruitful couple of laps here from Bacon. He was running 12th only about a lap and a half ago. He's now 9th with a penalty driver right in front of him. Could be looking at 8th position here. Matt Rosie, well, he's not going to get fastest lap because Hash's lap is unbeatable. A 40.2? That does not exist.
I don't know how that happens, but Mystic Joker comes over the line for the win here in Spa, continuing his terrific form. Jinnit to win it, coming in second, 7 seconds off of Jinnit's or Mystic Joker's pace.
Double middle sector from Matt Rosie after break in here because Scavney is right in front of Matt. The closing speed has been unbelievable in the middle sector. It may prevent Matt from setting the fastest lap, like real fastest lap. I imagine Hash's lap is not kosher, so to speak. Oh, hard on the brakes. Last few corners, the bus stop here.
And a little bit of a drag to the finish here, but you won't be able to.
Fastest lap. 44.504. Yeah, I believe that's the fastest lap that's legitimate by not much, let's say, over Mystic, who did a 44.555. Bacon does jump up into 8th. Great result for him. Chief Braids and Smith Pell, very impressive in those 5th and 6th positions. But Kate Thomas, wow, 19th to 4th? Incredible.
Very well done. So It's looking at we're going to bring into the top 4 into our interviews. If you have any questions for the racers, be sure to send it into chat, and we will ask the drivers your questions. I guarantee it. But we'll for sure get Mystic, Jeanette, Tiak, and we'll see about Cake.
And of course, we gotta say, Chief Brads, that's a debut. That's a filling in, and 6th place is just fantastic for the McLaren team. Cake Thomas with the driver of the day given by the game. I'd be hard pressed to suggest someone else for that, honestly, with the amount of positions he gained in that race. Fantastic.
Okay, here we go. So, another champagne bottle into the collection of Mystic Joker, as well as another one for Jeanette to win it. Unfortunately, another one added to the 2nd place cabinet. But congratulations once again to Tiak on his first podium here in Midwest in Division 1. Mystic Joker will go through the entire finishing order. Mystic Joker starting first, finishing first. Jeanette to win it starting second, finishing second. Tiak starting third, finishing third. Cake Thomas, there we go. This is what it's like. Starting 19th and finishing 4th. Very well done. Smith Pell finishing off in 5th. Chief Braids with a very good debut in 6th, going 18th to 6th. Scavney in 7th and possible 8th. Matt Rosie 9th and C. Berry 10th. Into the bottom 10 we go. Sui, Puff Digital in his debut. Hash in an unfortunate race, as well Yolmir, Random Series. Super Ninas, Helg, Maomir, all hoping for better days, and DNFs by JC Blackley, as well as Nikki64. Cam is curious about a charity to provide front wings and axles to DNFers. Well, Cam, you can just get in direct contact with Nikki over that one.
Oh, too soon.
To be fair, on next game, you're going to have to add barge boards and rear wings.
Yeah, right.
Actually, not direct contact with Nikki. He goes through a manager, a member of Hannah.
Yeah.
Yes, very true. Ray, hello. Good to see you in chat. Can you send Tiak or Tiash a invite there, Mr. Jacko? As well as thank you very much, Wavy Joel, too, for the follow, getting us one step closer to 175 goal. Hoping to get that fairly soon. We're getting ever so close. If you know who that is going to help with the announcement is still in chat, just join up on the party and shut up. Hammer's in chat. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. Let me try and get the podiums here. Hello, hello. Do. Okay. Are we ready? Jacko, can you do me a favor and make sure that you know who is is going to be in the chat or in the party, and I'll start the interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, the one that shall not be named, Voldemort.
Well, that's who I thought you meant. Now I'm confused.
Oh god. Quick shout out Hammer F1, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Puts us at 171. Another step closer to 175. But anywho, well done. I think we got everyone in here, right? Little roll call here. Mystic, you're here?
Yeah, I'm here. Everyone's here.
Okay, well I guess we don't no road call needed. Okay, anywho, we'll start with Mystic. Lucky number 6, lucky number 7 actually, if we go take it back to last season. Spa was was kind of a race for by your own here today. Qualifying, you really improved from your initial time, and you took about a half a second off in your second go, or second or third go. What did you really feel went wrong in your first time out compared to your fastest lap in qualifying?
Well, obviously track conditions evolve, and there's more grip towards the end of quali. Just wanted to kind of throw in a lap and get something on the board, and then be able to finally throw the car around on the last attempt and just go all out. And well, if I end up crashing, then I end up crashing or whatever. But yeah, no, it was good though. It was could have been a little bit better. I had a little moment towards the end of sector 2, but yeah, really happy with that lap. So good.
Good to hear. Quickly, anyone in chat have any questions for the drivers? Be sure to send it in. I'll ask them. Now, did the early safety car kind of change up your pit strategy much at all, or did you just have to kind of do it a little sooner?
No, I definitely changed it up. I was going to go on to the mediums. I was kind of annoyed that it came out because I was working on building that gap to, I believe it was Domir. That was P3 at the time. And yeah, just fortunately safety car came out, and that kind of threw out my strategy out the window. And luckily though, it came out like right as I was going through the bus stop chicane, so I was able to get into the pits pretty quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely did not plan on going onto the hards.
So it could have been very poor timing for you then.
Yeah.
The potential. Okay. Quickly, Cam. Funny enough, Cam has been making Jacko and I laugh and chat a little bit today. He's got a question for you there, Mystic. How does it feel for you, Mystic, to have broke the speed of sound for the first time in Formula One history?
It feels amazing, man.
There you go.
It's amazing.
I had to
cracking open some cold ones after.
There you go.
I thought it was supposed to be during the race that you were downing drinks.
Yeah, no, you're lying. You're supposed to be getting absolutely blitzed. It's anyone can win 7 races in a row. Not anyone can win 7 races in a row absolutely sloshed.
Look, I tried doing that. I think it was like the Tuesday practice for Monaco. That was not a good idea.
Okay. Well, that's the worst one to do it on.
Yeah. I ended up just going into the pits and calling it a day because I was like, yeah, this is not a good idea.
I could just imagine everyone's like, oh my god, Mystic's actually crap at this track. We might have him. And then, no. Mystic was just blitzed. Oh god, that's funny.
Good times.
But anywho, congratulations to you. Jacko, do you have any questions for Mystic?
Well, where does this roll stop, Mystic? You're at 7 in a row, that's now a new record. How are you going to go the whole season winning the races? Call your shot.
Oh man.
Oh god.
I mean anything can happen. I'm not going to really be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to keep it going. I would like to keep this momentum going. Each race that it does continue, the confidence builds up even more. So that's always good because that can definitely translate, to your race pace and just everything on track. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm not like too focused on it, but it's definitely something in the back of my mind for sure.
Well, you heard it there, gentlemen. You have to break his confidence.
Yeah.
That's the key.
we need to bring bullying back. But anywho, congratulations, Mystic. Quickly before I get to Jinnit, we got Div 2 podium, Uncle Ben's Rice, Hey Tight, and Murphin Selly. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Congratulations to those guys for the Division 2 podium. But on to Jinnit to win it. A second place for you tonight. Do you feel like you left much in the car?
I just felt disappointed that I fell back after the safety car, which obviously I was in the DRS before that. Just falling back just ruined any chances. But second place, I'll take.
Yeah, you kind of got a little bit of poor timing there with who was it Chief Braids and Sue Wee came in between you and Mystic and kind of made that goal for the top step of the podium real difficult.
I was surprised that Smith, Pearl and Chief Braids didn't pit under the VSC. That was a perfect opportunity for them. They might have been challenging for third and fourth if they would have went for that option. But
on the VSC, you said?
Yeah. Because I'm sure Chief Braids pitted a lap later, or Smith Pell pitted a lap later, then Chief Braids pitted the lap after Smith Pell. But still, they've still got good positioning. Their strategy worked out in the end.
Not too bad points for the Mercedes as well. I think Impossible Bacon was making some real good moves in the last 3 laps of the race, gaining about 3 or 4 positions. So he did fairly well getting himself back up into the field. What else do you think Mercedes needs to do to try and get up into the top steps of into 1 or 2 in the Constructors' Championship?
Take Mystic out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Execute Order 66.
To dinner, obviously, not on track.
Nah, we're just more consistency. That's what it is.
I
I've
gotcha.
obviously let the fucking team down after a few races. Should have been having podiums, but I've been messing up at my own accord and dropping back, gaining penalties that shouldn't be penalties. Just little mistakes like that, they all add up in the end.
Yeah, you're a better man than I. I would have easily thrown that right on Impossible Bacon, but you're a good teammate. What question do you have, Jacko?
Well, I mean, it looked like a fairly boring race by all accounts from your perspective, Jin. Alone for the second half of the race. But was there any thought of throwing on the medium when the safety car came out?
No, medium wouldn't have lasted.
Well, we had varying views on that, but it didn't look like anyone who went for the medium has benefited greatly from it. So I think you made the right choice.
Thank you.
Hey, good stuff. Congratulations again on your podium. Now, Tiak or Tiash, what is it to start? Tiach. Okay. I got it. See, Jacko. I've got it, not you.
Well, I wasn't gonna argue.
I just got it, okay? Anywho, congratulations. Oh, we can't hear you. You need to be sure that you've got your party settings on share so the stream can hear you. No worries.
I say, before you get the interview with Tiak, I'm going to say goodbye because it's early morning for me. It's 4 a.m. So.
Is that good now? Yeah, I think so.
I think
cheers
you're good.
For the interview, guys. Cheers.
Quickly.
See you next time.
Jin, quickly. Nikki's wanting me to ask you if you're Scottish.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
English.
I didn't. That's directly from him. Okay, so now you know who to get when you're on track next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send Hannah a couple of bottles of wine. And
there you go.
and then she'll do some damage for me.
Good man. All right.
Cheers,
congratulations.
guys.
Have a good one.
Next week. Cheers. Bye.
See you, Jin.
Quickly, Div 3 podium. Unholy Red Eye first, Knuckle second, and K-Dog picking up third place. There you go. Well done. Okay, and yeah, we can hear you now, so you're all good.
Okay, good.
From what I'm getting from Noganator, so hopefully he's correct. But anywho, first time on the podium, Division 1. Second week. Wait, oh my God! I turned into Sylvester the Cat there. Did you hear that? Second week racing here. What has been your journey to get yourself up in Division 1 as well into Midwest F1? How'd you find your way into our league?
Well, it's awesome. Honestly, I found the link randomly through Facebook. So I started, of course, in Division 4, and I built up my way all the way to Division 1. So it's just a pleasure. There are really good drivers. I really enjoy every race. You know, there are very good drivers, and then there is a Joker. That guy is unbelievable. Congratulations, anyway.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, no, so he's actually not that good. He just found out a way to hack the game and put him at 150 AI, and then he just sits back and just watches the whole time. It's actually not that impressive. Mystic, nothing?
Appreciate it. No, I appreciate it, man.
Okay, alright.
He takes it as a compliment.
Yeah, there we go.
No, honestly, I wonder if you actually enjoy the game, because you're always up there by yourself. Like, honestly.
Nah, I mean, I definitely do.
Yeah, just joking.
Just a combination of just many years of racing and stuff. But you know, there's definitely always someone better, no matter how good you think you are. So,
very true.
yeah.
Very true. I've still yet to find that person with me, but yeah, I imagine he may be out there.
So don't even think that.
Oh, there you
Oh.
go. That's good. That's good.
Oh.
That's good. But yeah, Tiash, very well done. You took the massive risk, like you said last week. I kind of actually want to hear your thoughts going through that last week on the final 3 laps. What was going through your mind as you were trying to make those intermediates last out?
Yeah, man. Do I have to? Yeah, I mean, it was bad. I took the gamble.
Yeah.
No, just joking. I took the gamble, honestly, but definitely didn't work. I was pissed off, of course, at the end of the race. But it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not really racing for the standings. As you guys know, I mean, I joined just lately. So I tried to take the gamble, but it didn't really work.
Oh, I mean, I would have done the same thing, man. Why not? Just give it a go, right? It just unfortunately didn't work out for you. But you got your podium this week, so congratulations. Well done for you. Jacko, any questions for Tiash?
Well, I remember that my first encounter with Tiash was an incredible, something like 24 passes battle with the gentleman at Bahrain in the Friday series last season.
I was looking forward to talk to you.
Oh, I'm glad. I knew this man was going to be a talent when we saw him come up to Division 1, and he has not disappointed me. And I will say, I have not wanted to come back to race a Ferrari more after hearing an Italian accent. We need to see Tiash next season in a Ferrari. It will just be the greatest thing. Yeah.
He is supporting a Ferrari-powered engine, to be fair.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on your maiden Division 1 podium, and I think we'll see you in these interviews quite a few more times based on that performance.
Yeah, very well
100%.
done.
Thank you so
Quickly
much.
before we get over to Cake Thomas, we'll get into the Division 4 podium. Capital, Tim Lee getting second. That's what I like to fucking see. And T&E Highway rounding out the podium. But well done to all three. As well as to the crowd favorite Tim Lee. Very well. Love to see it. Cake Thomas, what did you start? 18th? You went 18th to 4th? Did I get that right? 19th. What were you like? Did you throw the qualifying on AI? Like what went wrong with your qualifying compared to your race?
I only had one good lap. The second lap I had ended up not improving, and then by the time I went out for my third, there was already no time, so I kind of just had to run a half lap at that point, so I didn't really get in a good lap.
Okay, so you felt like you could have put out a lot more in qualifying then?
Yeah, I was thinking like I could have probably managed P11, P12, maybe even a little higher, but it is what it is. We managed to eke out a decent performance. So.
And then what led you to be able to make up all those positions going into P4?
Just tried to stay clean. Luckily didn't get caught up in anything. Had a pretty straightforward race. Didn't really have to battle anyone too much. So it was pretty straightforward race. And stayed clean.
That's what you want to hear. But yeah, congratulations on the hardest charge. You're making up all those positions. Very well done. Jacko, anything from you?
No, just super impressed from the drive. I thought I picked Cake being out of position in qualifying, And I think that point was proven in the race. Obviously, coming off a podium a few weeks ago in Monaco, didn't expect the last drive was good for the Red Bull driver, but by the end of the race, incredibly impressive drive. So well done.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you.
Yeah, very well done to all the drivers here, but now it is time for our additional information on our big announcement last week. Is Stat here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, quickly, quick shout out to ALGP19. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. 172 now, getting a step closer each day to that goal. But Stat, you are here. You've got some sort of speech for everyone, as I've been told. Are you ready to get her done?
Yes, and if I can start off with the good old.
Yeah, bring it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Midwest F1 League. My name is Stat, here with your new co-hosts, or current co-hosts now, Crash and Jacko. So, in the past week or two, we have decided as a whole for the Midwest F1 League that we will be having a charity round come round 10 in Australia and we have decided we will be the issue we've decided to raise money for is mental health. So round 10 in Australia will be the Midwest F1 mental health round.
It's actually
So
round 8.
Round 8 is it? Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
I thought
race
it was
week
round
8.
10.
No,
Never
you're
mind.
good.
Race week 8 in Australia. Sorry, I got my things mixed up there. But yeah, so we will have mental health round in round 8 in Australia. We have decided the charity we've gone for is the JED Foundation, who, if you don't know anything about the JED Foundation, JED is a non-profit that protects emotional health and prevents suicide for our nation, for the US's teens and young adults. It is based in the US because we are a majority US league. They're partnering with high schools and colleges to strengthen their mental health, substance abuse, and suicide prevention programs and systems, and equipping teens and young adults with the skills and knowledge to help themselves and each other. So, the way in which we will be raising money for the issue is we are going to run a raffle. So, tickets will be $5 a piece. You can purchase as many as you like. The prizes we are still working out, but will majorly be either Midwest F1 merch, but just a bunch of that, and I think
we're going to try and work in a copy of F1 2021 as well for one of the prizes.
Yes, that's also in the works at the moment. We will announce the prizes officially in the coming week at most.
Yeah.
Sometime in the next week. And the winners will be announced after the race at Australia. So, all the proceeds from the charity drive will go to the JED Foundation on behalf of Midwest F1 League.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems to be everything.
If you have any spare cash laying it around here, I will have a description on how you can purchase tickets in the fundraiser chat in our Discord page. Be sure to go check that out. I will put up at everyone ping on it so you will get notified. For nominally, thank you for the bits or the cheers. Appreciate that. But
I will be posting something in both probably the announcements and the charity chat. Pretty much exactly what I've just said now.
Okay, awesome. So go check that out on the fundraiser chat. We're going to be doing it through PayPal, and we're going to be and all the donations will be going straight to the team PayPal, and then we'll be sending it all as one collective whole off to a charity. And we are using all of our money that we've made through Twitch and what you guys are doing right now, donating to us. So the more that you donate, the better the prizes are going to be on Twitch, and the more that you give, the more money is going to be given to the JED Foundation. So be sure to do as much as we can and just see what this little community can do. So we're well on our way.
This is our first charity drive as part of Midwest, so it's exciting for us to not only raise awareness for mental health within our own little community, but also to help those affected in and around the US.
Exactly that. So if you have anything to give, be sure to give it. As well, you might have a chance of winning a prize. So a little bit of a double piece of aid in wanting you to donate. So be sure to do what you can. If you can't, by all means, don't feel pressured, as this is one big family. As well, one person donates, we all donate. So don't feel pressured if you don't have the coin. We'll all do it as a collective whole. So we're all working together here to try and better what this world can be at times, and this is just a little bit of piece that we are trying to do. So hopefully you can, and hopefully you may win prizes. It's all up in the air, and we'll be sure to let you know. Like I said, description will be out in the fundraiser chat, as well. Stat will post one on how you can go about donating and buying tickets, so be sure to check that out. But anything left from you, Stat, before I bring this home with a last word from Jacko?
No, I think that's all from me. Thank you for letting me have this platform. It feels good being back in the booth only briefly, but yeah, thank you for allowing me to share this with everyone.
No problem. Maybe one day when either you or Jack will get your internet up to par, you can maybe host a stream, and I'll take a Thursday off for the first time in a year.
The sad part is that's actually really true.
I don't mind. I do it because I enjoy it. I wouldn't feed. I could have left a long time ago if I wasn't enjoying it. But you know what? I enjoy it, and I know how much everyone loves it that I do this. So I don't mind it at all. But if you guys want to make that happen, by all means, let me know, and we can make that happen.
I mean, it's probably going to be a few years till Australian internet's up to scratch. But we'll see how we go.
Yeah, very true. Very true. But anywho, you're good, Stat?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Awesome. Good to hear from you, my guy. Jacko, any final thoughts on anything that has been brought up tonight?
Well, yeah, not too many more jokes from me, but I just want to say what a fantastic cause that MidWest is now going towards, and thank you to Stat for introducing that topic. And yeah, looking forward to round out even more home track to commentate on, and a great cause to be talking about at the conclusion of that race.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, couldn't have said it better myself. What I'm going to do instead is going to give a quick shout out to Murph and Sally for a follow. Thank you for bringing us one step closer. But I mean, like I said, couldn't have said it better myself. It's although I did kind of say it as well, but you know, it's just awesome. It makes me really happy that we're doing this, and I love doing this kind of stuff, and I love to volunteer with this in this kind of little shindig. So by all means, do what you can, people. Let's try and raise a good chunk of cash here. Let's get her done. But I mean, for tonight, that's it for us. I mean, nothing left is to be said. Everything is out on the table. Spa has happened and is over. Be sure to tune in next week, Wednesday, as you can come join us in Baku. Ooh, that's going to be fun. We're going to have a double Baku race starting Wednesday with F2, and then continue on to the Thursday as well with Baku. So one of my favorite circuits in-game as well, IRL, so I'm really going to be looking forward to that one. But what about you, Jack? What's your thought on Baku, quickly?
Baku, I think, is a fantastic track. It'll be entertaining to watch this weekend in real life, as we've got that lining up as well. And
Yep.
yeah, it didn't go quite well for me last season, but that's not really important. It's about watching an enjoyable race for everyone involved, and I look forward to commentating on it.
There we go. Beautiful stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's about it for us here at the Midwest F1 League. If you like what you saw, go be sure to check it out on YouTube, as well as all across our other social media platforms, that being Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you give us a follow, or even donate, do whatever. Okay. Racing Ginger just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. What a freaking beast. Thank you, Racing Ginger. Like, alright. It's Racing Ginger's night, man. Thank you very much. I've been Crash McQueen. I've been joined by my current co-host, Elma Jacko, as well as my former co-host, Static Hazard. Thank you, boys, for coming in. Love to talk to you guys. You guys have a good rest of your Thursday. I'll be talking to you both next week or even on the weekend. Everyone have a good rest of your night. I'm walking away all happy with a big smile on my face, so be sure to have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you very much. We've been in the Midwest F1 League. Good night.